Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I'm fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, winning like I ought to. I ain't wanna do it, but I got to. Smoking what my doctor told me not to. Got these wishing they was hot too. Ballin' like I need to. Got my exes wishing for a redo. Smell the marijuana when I speed through. Hit her with a tip, that's a preview. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. Shit, get your money, not your hate up. Boy, draw a play up. I flip my wrist, a layup. She wanna lay up. I gotta get it, I'ma stay up. I'm all the way up, I got my pay up. I ain't playing with you, I'm a coach now. Commentating, do the most now. I be somewhere booted with my toes down. Made little baby tooted with her nose down. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
on.
Hello, what's happening? What's up, good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing one man in the chat to let me know that you can hear me, because I am only one man as I look at Rosalind Shaw's comment that the music is too long. Well, Rosalind, can you come over here and help me prepare all of this? If you can do that, then we can shorten the time of the intro. Let me know. Hit me up in the DMs. Thank you so much for letting me know that you could hear me. Toys B, Starlight, Tiffany J, Miss V, Miss Wilson, Deshawn, Kimyaka, and Trina, and Renee, and beautiful Asia, Ashes. I don't know. Alice and Maddie's and Char and his MJ and Nicole and Carol and Twyla and Explorer and Deborah and Marianne and Faith and PJ and everyone else who let me know that you can hear me. I greatly appreciate you and your patience for this free service you're receiving, Rosalind. So anyway, yes, I'm in the mood. Yes, I'm in the mood. Right. Come after the music. There is a countdown for a reason. I'm not just sitting here chilling. I'm literally rushing, like, oh God, I gotta get this done. I gotta get that done. Oh my God, my mic ain't set up. Oh, my light, I forgot to turn the light on. And I've been working all day. You better get on out of here with that foolishness. Let me know that you well, y'all let me know that y'all can hear me. I ain't even pinned the comment in the chat or nothing. Don't stop with me tonight. Tonight ain't the night. Tonight is not the night. Not for you, at least. Not for that. Don't come at me. Hit that like button on your way in if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content from us. And also, I wanted to do a shout out tonight because I got tagged in a post the other day, and when I on Instagram, and when I went to it, it was, I'm assuming, one of our people who mentioned me in a post under Kev on Stage's video. And for those of you who don't know, Kev on Stage has a very large platform of over 1 million plus, across. Like, he has a legitimate following, unlike Darius Cooks. But anyway, he did a little reaction reel, a little short, to the whole Carly Russell announcement that she had lied and all of that. And so under that, I think it was a press conference or whatever, but he was reacting to something. And this Veeple, the Planted, told me and mentioned me, and they said I was watching IAmVellB report on this, and I started punching the air when the internet search came up. So yeah, that was the press conference part. But anyway, I really appreciate you. I don't know if you'll see this or if you're in the chat now, but I greatly appreciate the shout outs and everyone else. This is a great way to if you want to help a brother out, help us grow, etc. Shout me out in these internet streets and let the people know that I exist. Everybody don't know I exist. Y'all know I exist, but everybody don't know I exist. So thank you so much to the Planted and everyone else who shouts me out. I greatly appreciate that. Also, tonight, what we have on the agenda says, yes, I did say do not block people. I'll let you know. I'm not saying no one will ever get blocked, but I'll give the green light for blocking. But you can time out the hell out of people. You can do that. So we're gonna tonight's agenda includes our missing persons segment. We also have a story about a young lady, Tyra Crosby, who was unfortunately unalived while in the house of a man that she was engaged in whoopee with or something in an intimate way. And then we have Quad Webb from Married to Medicine. She had an unfortunate situation at her home. And for those of us who watched the show, we know that last season, they kind of highlighted that she had bought this, big, huge house all by herself, independent, successful Black woman, all that good stuff. And unfortunately, fast forward to now, and a couple of weeks ago, she had a very tragic event happen at her home with a family member. So we're going to get into that as well. And then, unfortunately, the Obamas, Michelle and Barack Obama, also had a tragedy recently at their home in Martha's Vineyard. And then, last and least, because he's very least, he's meaningless, we have Darius Cooks, and we're going to, honestly, that top is going to be a little scattered. It's going to be a little bit of everything because I ain't have time to really outline it. But trust me, y'all going to enjoy it. Y'all going to enjoy it. It's going to be bothering my perfectionist spirit, but y'all going to enjoy it. Trust, because what we're covering is good. It's just, I like stuff, you know, like to have a flow and all. I ain't had time because Rosalind rushing me to get on here. So I ain't have enough time to do what I normally would do. Sorry, Rosalind, you shouldn't have started. This is the wrong day. Normally I don't pick on y'all. VellNito picks on y'all. Normally I'm real laid back and I just ignore stuff that I see most of the time, great majority of the time. But anyway, so let's get into our first topic. I think I did everything I was supposed to do. Oh, let me pin this where you can follow me. If you want to connect with me outside, didn't mean to do that. If you want to connect with me outside of this YouTube channel, I'm on 7 different platforms. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, Twitter. We have a Patreon. Oh, I didn't end this poll. That's why. Thank you to the 100% of you who have hit that thumbs up or like button. Greatly appreciate you. Y'all know the drill. I appreciate that. Saving me a little time. And I appreciate that. It's saying this. How is this too long? Oh, I gotta take that out. And it's not supposed to be a poll. That's why it's too long. Y'all bear with me. I'm getting my bearings. I told y'all, Rosalind rushing me. This is what happened when people rush me. So if this show is a little, janky, feels a little unorganized, blame Rosalind because she don't like the music. And she rushing me. I saw her comment. I'm like, oh, forget it. Whatever I can get done, I got to get on here because Rosalind can't wait. Rosalind got a lot to do today. Although she on YouTube. Let me stop. Anyway, let me get to something more serious. I can get out of this mood. So tonight, we have our missing person segment that we know we do these daily with our lives. It's either in the morning or the afternoon live, depending. But tonight we have 4 individuals. The first one we have is Shanique, I guess, Maddock, and she is 28 years old. And the Columbus, Georgia Police Department is saying, we need your help in locating Maddock, who is 28. She was last seen in the 1100 block of 22nd Street on Saturday, July the 22nd, around 3 a.m. Wow. Maddock was last seen wearing a rainbow onesie. If you have any information on her whereabouts, please call 911 or CPL. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Captain. Captain McFarland. I'm going to put this stuff in the chat. That's what I'll do because I'm like, I don't have this on the screen. Let me see. Best way to do this. Okay, now in the future, I know I'll plan this ahead and copy and paste. I'll write it in a way where it can easily be cut and paste. So y'all have it in the chat because the chat is always with this video. Okay, so I'm pasting. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Bear with me. Bear with me, Rosalind. I know you're expecting, like Saturday Night Live or, David Letterman level of production around here, but I'm only one man. I apologize. I'm not living up to your standards. Okay, then I'm going to put this poll in here while I continue. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Poll question while I'm going through these. Okay, so that's our first missing person. If you have any information, I have pinned the, well, I didn't pin it, But I put the information in the chat to be able to contact the authorities if you have any information. This next one is not going to be as easy to do that, so I'm going to have to do that in the future. So the next person we have is a young man. His name is Arvion Jones, maybe. And he is 13 years old. He's a male. He has black hair, brown eyes. He's 5'7", 120 pounds. He was last seen wearing black shorts, white/gray Nike jacket, and red shoes. His hairstyle is a high top fade. And he was missing from the 400 block of Cynthia Place. I didn't say where. This is in Memphis. Y'all can see that on the screen. But he's in Memphis. So missing from the 400 block of Cynthia Place. He's been missing since July 24th. And he left his foster home without permission and has not returned. If he is seen, contact the Memphis Police Department. And it's on the screen. So, and then we have, what do we have? Okay. We have Trinity Fisher, and Trinity Fisher is 11 years old. She has black hair, brown eyes. She's 5'4", 160 pounds. They're calling her a victim. I don't know why, but they say the victim was last seen wearing a blue skirt, gray pants, and carrying a backpack. She's missing from the 1300 block of Canfield Avenue, and she's been missing since July 25th of 2023. Said the victim left her home without permission, and the family has not seen or heard from her. If you see the victim, please call the police. And that's, again, the Memphis Police Department, which is on your screen. And then, I noticed the theme. It wasn't on purpose at all. It was like literally where I go to various places to pull them. But when I pulled it, it literally, like, in a row were these, and they happen to all be teenagers that seem to be maybe possibly missing on their own recognizance, but I'm not, don't know 100%, but it just seems like that's another reason why I put the poll question in there, because it made me curious, because I grew up knowing people who would, run away and all of that, and I'm familiar with foster care and all of that, knowing of people. I was never in it, but definitely my parents did it and all that. And so lastly, we have, this is from the DC Police Department, and they're listing this as critical missing. And I don't know if they have levels to missing, or is this just what they call it, or if I don't know, but I just thought it was interesting. It says critical missing. So it definitely caught my attention. So they say the Metropolitan Police Department is seeking public assistance in locating 12-year-old Kaylin Bryant, who was last seen in the 2000 block of Mississippi Avenue Southeast on Thursday, July 20th, 2023. The incident was reported on Monday, July 24th, 2023. Kayla is described as a black female, 5'2", 140 pounds, with dark brown / red hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a white shirt and blue jean shorts. So if you have any information on her as well, the info to call is 202-272-9099, or you can text. The number is 50411 if you have any information on her. And I'm going to put this other poll in here before we move to the next segment. I'm going to check and see if there are any comments related to this. If not, we'll just move on for the sake of time, because I'm also not going to be here. We ain't doing no 3-4 hours tonight. That ain't happening. I love y'all, but that ain't happening because I'm coming back tomorrow. Have you ever run away from home as a kid or a teenager? 17% said yes, and 82% said no. I'm not going to ask y'all why, but I was just curious. I don't want y'all don't have to put y'all business out here in front of hundreds and, well, thousands by the time people watch the replay of people, but just interested. Be nice if we could have an intimate conversation about it, but, this is kind of one directional for the most part. And then y'all have to type all your business out and everybody gets to see it, so don't worry about it. Just put a poll question there. Should you contact VellB to get help if you find/see any information? I'm sorry. If you find/see any of the missing people he highlights, should you contact VellB to get help? Keyword to get help if you find/see any of the missing people he highlights. Should you contact me? I'm going to read it again. Just want to make sure. Sometimes my wording, I know, sometimes it's on me. Should you, right? Is Precious, are you backstage? If you are, please put your comment. Thank you. Again, the question is, so people looking at me, I know right now, I guarantee you, people are like, why he doing all that? Why he doing all that? Why he making a big deal? Why is he asking a simple question like that? Because if you look at the the rating right now, there are still people. Again, I'm gonna ask the question again. Should you contact VellB, that's me, to get help if you find or see any of the missing people that I highlight here today or any other day in the future or in the past? Should you contact me for help? Because the last time I checked, my name ain't on one of them posters I just put up. Do not contact me for that. Now, if you find them, call 911, call the number listed on these flyers. When the babies are helped and saved, thank God, praise God, hallelujah. You can let me know what happened, but do not contact me talking about, Vel, I see Kayla and she down the street at my neighbor's house and I think she been having that. Do not do that. I can't do nothing about that. I'm not the police. I am a YouTuber. Correct your answers. I still see 34% saying yes. Oh, I love y'all, but y'all stressing me. What is happening? And it's y'all still got to saying yes. Change your answer to no. I'm giving you the answer now. And it's still not moving. I give up. Can't y'all? Maybe y'all can't change your answer. I think y'all can though. Can y'all change your answer? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you can change your answer. I'm just curious because I'm not on your end. Can you change the answer? LeBron is saying you can change the answer. Why ain't y'all changing the answer? What would Vel do to help exactly? Yeah, y'all please talk amongst yourselves. Help them. Help our 30-something%. I noticed the trend though. Did y'all notice? Was that last video we did or one before? It was a 30% of our people who was like a little skewed. Oh, I think it was with the Jamie Foxx thing where they kept saying he was AI or clone. Or it was the same person. The video with him tanned with bald head was the same person that a couple days later had a full head of hair and was pale as I don't know what, because you could tell he ain't been outside since April, since he had his unfortunate health scare. Still saying 30-something%. I love y'all. All right, let's move on. We're not doing that. Y'all gonna have me where Jamie just was. We're not doing that. Okay, let me see. Just double check and see if any comments from y'all. None saved. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna move on to the next topic. And I made sure we don't have too many topics so this part will go fast and we get on to the crook stuff. Okay, so the next story, y'all are hilarious to me. I'm moving on physically, but mentally I'm still stuck on this 30-something% who think I need to be the person they contact to help them with the person in ain't nan one of them states do I live in, have ever lived in. I visited them, I think all of them. Yeah, I have. I don't live there. How am I help? I'm not a law. I don't work for the police. Oh, let me move on. All right. We have another unfortunate situation besides our unfortunate situation we got going on in the poll and within our family. We have an unfortunate story of a young lady named Tyra Crosby. Hold on, I'm trying to also start another poll because I need to erase that last poll out of my psyche. Something told me to do that poll. I typed that up earlier and put it here to remind myself. Some said do this poll because I've said it before in other lives to don't contact me about that. But I said, let me do a poll, or just get a post check and see who's paying attention to me. Say, don't contact. And no one has done it yet, but that we're only like 5 people in. No, maybe we're like 8 people in of me doing this. But I know as it grows, once we went into months and maybe years of doing this, these people will start to get found, and some of y'all might see them and all of that. And I'm trying to prepare us for how that's supposed to work. Because I get a lot of stuff that lets me know what could potentially happen. Y'all, if y'all knew some of the stuff I get, some of the conversations I have, some of the redirecting I have to do, with love. But if we could prevent from even having to do that, y'all, I am so glad that I had the corporate American experience that I had in the last job I had, because I had people on all, my clients were on all levels, and they were entrepreneurs, and they were on all levels. But I always had to do stuff with love, even though I was like, are you kidding me? But I always had to be, oh, no, let me help you do this. Is what we should be doing, and reminding them 20,000 times about the same thing. So I'm okay. I can do this. I can. The difference is, because this ain't corporate American, I can also yell at y'all. I couldn't yell at my clients. I could yell at y'all. Anyway, this unfortunate situation was a tragic situation with that. I'm gonna play this clip on it first, and then give you a little background, and then I'll give a little bit. No, maybe I did this wrong. I'll read this part first. So I'll give my overview. So the tragic incident occurred with a 25-year-old woman named Tyra Crosby, who was found unalive in a home in Northwest Charlotte on Tuesday, July the 18th of 2023. The homeowner, Stephanie Alexander, called 911 to report that she had just arrived home and palled a woman who was inside her home. Crosby was pronounced unalive at the scene. And now I'm going to play it. And there's more dynamic to this. It's buffering, I'm pretty sure. It's buffering.
Family of a woman killed inside a Northwest Charlotte home, gathering to say goodbye. CMPD says 25-year-old Tyra Crosby was shot and killed at a home on Porter Street, just off Roselle's Ferry Road, early Tuesday morning. They say the homeowner, 51-year-old Stephanie Alexander, came home to find a stranger inside. That stranger was Crosby. Alexander shot Crosby, killing her. Alexander then called 911 and cooperated with police when they arrived. She's now facing voluntary manslaughter charges. A candlelight vigil was held at Camp Green Park tonight in honor of Crosby. And as the investigation goes on, hundreds gathering tonight to show support and mourn their loss.
There's another piece coming.
No, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me.
Charlotte mother says her cell phone captured her daughter's final moments. 25-year-old Tyra Crosby was killed early Tuesday morning at a home in Northwest Charlotte. CMPD charged Stephanie Alexander with voluntary manslaughter in this case. She bonded out of jail just hours later. WCCB Charlotte's Trish Williford is live in Uptown. And Trish, the victim's family wants the suspect to be charged with murder, right?
Yeah, Morgan, they also want her back behind bars tonight. The victim's mother walks us through what she believes led to her daughter's death.
I am missing her. She was my sunshine.
Tanya Hoskins reflects on the last day she saw her daughter alive.
We ate and laughed. Who would have knew that would have been my last time ever seeing my daughter?
That was Monday night as the family celebrated Hoskins' birthday. At the end of the night, she kissed her beloved Tyra goodbye. Hours later, Hoskins says she learned from CMPD detectives that her daughter had been killed. And she says the details of this case are so bizarre, she couldn't believe it happened. Around 5:20 Tuesday morning, detectives rushed to this home on Porter Street after police say this woman, 51-year-old Stephanie Alexander, called 911 to report that she had just arrived home and shot a woman inside her house. Police say that woman, 25-year-old Tyra Crosby, was dead, and Alexander was still on the scene. Police arrested her for voluntary manslaughter. She bonded out. just over 6 hours later.
She murdered my daughter at 5, and she was out at 8.
Hoskins says she's still piecing together from detectives why her daughter was at the home. She believes she was visiting a man.
She was invited to that home. I know my daughter wouldn't have went there knowing that it was a married couple or that it was a wife's home. So she was lured there by the man that was old enough to be her father.
Hoskins believes her daughter met the man at a club.
Maybe perhaps at the club or perhaps at the sweepstakes place. As the investigators stated to me, that's where they found out that they came across paths.
Hoskins says Tyra called her as she was being attacked at the home. She says a voicemail message captured her daughter's final moments.
It's about an 8-minute long message of her being beat, tortured. You can also hear them telling her that they're going to kill her.
Hoskins would not allow us to hear that recording, but says she sent it to investigators. Alexander was given a $250,000 bond. Daniel Redford with Charmeck FOP believes that's too low.
This is an open door policy that we have in Mecklenburg County. So it sends the message to criminals that, hey, I can go out here and I can do something and I'm going to go to jail and, maybe be able to take a shower and get a sandwich. I'm going to be right back out on the street again because, nothing's going to happen to me.
Tyra's family believes the suspect should be charged with murder.
I want to see a tougher law on it. It means that human life has no value anymore.
Alexander will be back in court next month. The family plans to be there. A candlelight vigil for Crosby will be held Sunday at 7:30 at Camp Green Park. Morgan?
Trish, what an awful...
Yeah, it's a horribly sad story. What's not clear to me is, at least when I first started hearing the story, before I dug into it, I was just assuming like she came in and they were maybe in the bed or something, but I don't know. It's sounding like she was up and about. And the fact that the mom is saying that on the voicemail of her daughter trying to reach her, she's saying, she's hearing them say, we're going to, unalive you and all of that. But I'm like, how do they both turn on her? How's the guy involved in it if he called her over there and maybe they were doing whatever and the wife comes home? I'm lost at how it turns all to be both of them against her. It's very, very odd unless I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I would definitely want to follow this because I know there's more because the mom is really speculating on where they met and all that. I also feel like she may have said too much that could jeopardize the case potentially or just give too much information to the other side, but hopefully not. But you got to be careful with those news interviews when you're when you're on the plaintiff side of those sort of things. You don't want to talk really. I don't want to say nothing really, but especially she gave too much information. Poll question I closed out. Have you heard about this tragic story involving Tyra Crosby? And 73% of you said no. 26 said yes, you had already heard of this. So I'm glad I brought it out so that more can be informed. And then the other one was, do you believe this was self-defense? 87% say no, 12% say yes. I'm interested in the 12%. Why would you say yes is self-defense? Because the girl was in there with her husband. And then the fact that the girl is calling her mom, and I wish her mom had been able to pick up, but the fact that she was calling her mom to me says that she was in a vulnerable situation, in a victim situation, not that she was the aggressor and she's calling like I'm calling my mom. Like, yeah, so interesting. And last one, does it sound like this was a setup against Tyra on some level to use? 79% say yes, 20% say no. Yeah, I feel like it, for me, the odd thing, I wouldn't necessarily feel like there was a setup per se if she just walked in on them and then, took it to that level. But the fact that the mom said that on the recording, you can hear them saying, we're going to unalive you. It sounds like both of them are in on it. And I'm like, how does he turn on her too? And then the question is, was it some level of a relationship between the two of them, the man and Tyra, who the mom, well, y'all probably heard the mom say that he was old enough to be her father. You can tell that lady there is definitely old enough to be her mom. It makes me wonder, was this a one-time deal? Did they meet on some app? People do that. Did they meet on some app late at night? The wife comes home at, 5 in the morning or so, 4 or 5 in the morning. She happened to still be there. Maybe they fell asleep or something. And is that, this story I want to follow. I'm very interested. I know I'll probably forget about it because there's so many of them, but I'm interested. I'm very curious of the details of this. Okay, so we're going to move on just for the sake of time because I don't want to be here for 12 hours. We're going to move on to our next story that involves a reality star, Quad Webb. And I'm curious of how many of you actually know Miss Quad. What used to be her saying? Miss Quad, something Miss Quad. So do you know who she is? So Quad actually had a heartbreaking situation, a heartbreaking loss. She's one of the main, I think isn't she back as a main cast member? Those of you who watch Married to Medicine, let me know. Because I can't remember. Was it last season when she's still a friend of the show? But I'm not sure. I feel like she's back on the cast. But anyway, I feel like she's back on the cast. She is facing an immense tragedy as her great niece, a three-year-old Ariana, Ariana Rice, who they call Ari, has tragically drowned in the swimming pool at Quad's Marietta home on July 7th. So sad. She has lost, the family has lost 2 beloved family members recently. She lost a brother, I think sometime last year, if I'm not mistaken. He was not that old. And now, they have lost this little one, the 3-year-old Ari. And they said Quad and her family grieve as they come to terms with the loss of little Ari. And they kindly request much needed privacy to mourn after and find solace. And they said the circumstances, the incident occurred when 2 men were visiting Quad's home and noticed what they initially believed to be a doll floating in the pool. Tragically, it turned out to be Ari, who was later pronounced, unalive at a nearby hospital. And they said that Quad's relationship with Ari is not entirely clear, but she has posted about the little girl earlier this year, expressing her love and affection for her back in 2020. Quad emphasized that Ari was not her adopted daughter, but rather someone she supported in a supportive role. So basically, she helped take care of the little baby. But you can see Quad's pool. This is Quad's actual home. The back of her home. I'm just really, I don't know. I don't want to place blame. I know that's heavy to lose a child, in that way and at your home on top of that. But I'm like, who was watching the baby? Was there a fence? Obviously, I don't know if this is a recent picture, but there's probably no fence around the pool. So maybe she wasn't supposed to be swimming. But you can't have the babies out by the pools by themselves. And that's what sounds like what's happening. Unless she snuck out one of the many doors I'm sure she has that leads outside. So sad. So they said, according to the police report, the drowning is considered a tragic accident, and further details about the circumstances leading up to the incident are still being investigated. And we know that, those of us who know her, so 69% of you say that you actually know who she is. So that's pretty high. That's good. Hold on. Did I have another one up here? Yes. Another poll is, do you actually watch Married to Medicine? Do you? It's coming. Patience, Rosalind. Patience. I'm working. I'm only one man. She probably like, he taking too long. I'm hearing too many clicks and the poll ain't up yet. He done did 5 clicks. That's enough clicks. Jesus. She doing all that. Patience, Rosalind. So yeah, she was one of the main cast members of the Married to Medicine show. Quad has been prominently featured on the show, showcasing her life as a business owner, author, fashion icon, and philanthropist. Is she a fashion icon? Is she a fashion icon? Did she give herself that title? I don't remember nobody ever saying she a fashion icon. So anyway, Quad's journey before her appearance on the show, Quad Webb was married to Dr. Gregory Lansford, but they divorced in 2018. Since then, and she didn't want to get him no babies. She knew she wasn't staying with him. That's why she didn't want to give him no baby. She has carved out her own path as an entrepreneur and a notable personality in the Atlanta medical community. So basically, as the family mourns the loss of young Ari, let's definitely send our thoughts and our prayers to the family for the loss of their special little child who was life was unfortunately cut short. So this is sad, and I wonder I don't know when they start filming. I don't know if they've started filming yet. I wonder would this be. I'm sure she'll maybe talk about it. Maybe. Do you watch Married to Medicine? 38% of you say yes. 62% of you say no. Wow, that's actually very low. I thought it would be a little closer, maybe half or a little. I thought it'd be kind of maybe the opposite. Wow. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to put that there. Wow. So now that makes me, I guess I'm still ask if y'all like her on the cast. And then my other question when I was putting all of this together is like, what does Quad really do? But they kind of explained it in here. I didn't necessarily soak up what I was comprehending. So I was scanning. Well, I was reading and not comprehending like the 30% of y'all did when I just went over that missing persons question like 15 times and said, don't contact me about it. I did that with this. So I didn't, now I see that they're saying that she's basically a medical, she's a personality in the medical field out there in Atlanta. So that's how she's making that money plus a little bit of her television stuff. And she was on, what was the name of that show? Sister Circle on, was that BET? Okay, I got 2 more poll questions related to her, and then we're going to move on. She had actually posted, I just realized I never pulled it in, but she posted that she was added to, she joined a team of some medical group out there, but it seemed like as a board member or something, or the face of. Oh, let me close this one out first. Do you like Quad as a cast member on Married to Medicine? 59% of you say yes. 41% of you say no. I'm curious. Let me know in the chat, like, your thoughts on that for your yes or your no. And then I got one more after this one. Because I actually really, really like Married to Medicine. It's moved up to being, is it my favorite? It's still, I think, my favorite. And then Potomac and then Atlanta. Yeah, I think it kind of falls in that category for me. I wish I could have multiple polls going at the same time. And I have to wait for one to close out before I can move to the next one, because then I can be moving on to this next topic. Yeah, okay. Next topic, and then we get on over to Crooks. Do you think that Married to Medicine is better than the Housewives of Atlanta? 65% of you say yes. Well, 63. It's jumping a little bit. Interesting. And then the last one, because I've been talking about and debating about doing this for years. I even think I was planning. I think I started doing it or was going to start doing it and just fell off, or only got one video out, or it never happened because I wasn't going live back then. But I'm curious because I do watch this show incessantly. I've seen every single episode. I watch it every season. I will be watching this next season. Should I start doing Married to Medicine episode reviews when the next season starts? And I would do it like as a little segment in like the daytime live stream or something, just a little piece. Wouldn't do a whole drawn out thing with it. But just curious if y'all would be interested in that, since now I have a way to get it out quicker without editing and all of that. All right, so we're moving on to our next story. Did I not pull in assets? Hold on. Oh, Lord, Rosalind gonna be mad. Oh, Lord Jesus, Rosalind. She probably fuming already. See, she was rushing me, though. She was rushing me. I didn't pull the Obama stuff. Oh, here it is. Okay, I do have it in here. All right. Whew. I thought Rosalind was going to get me. Oh, I thought Rosalind was going to get me. Whew. Like, I need another comment. She left, Deshaun. Good. That was what I was trying to get done. We don't need that kind of energy. See, it's a way to clap back without clapping back. Like, you ain't got to disrespect, but you kind of disrespecting. Who just said that's an Aries? Precious said, you're such an Aries. Yeah. That's that head. That's that ram, them horns. We look all cute and furry. You get the patting. You pat too hard, them horns. Ah, ouch. Okay, so the next story we have is the story of the unfortunate story of the Obama's personal chef, who unfortunately drowned recently at their property. He's at the bottom there. Tafari, I think is his name. Tafari Campbell started by acknowledging. I'm sorry. I got this all backwards. So people were regarding him as being a warm and kind person, and being fun and an extraordinarily kind person. The Obamas had developed a personal relationship with him and invited him to stay with them after leaving the White House to become their personal chef, which basically definitely speaks to the bond that they shared and developed over time. Former President Barack Obama's personal chef has drowned, unfortunately, near the family's home on Martha's Vineyard. The Massachusetts State Police confirmed that the paddle boarder whose body was recovered from the Edgartown Great Pond on Monday was Tafari Campbell, 45, of Virginia. He was employed by the Obamas and was visiting Martha's Vineyard. The Obamas were not present at the home at the time of the accident. In a statement, the former president and Michelle Obama called Campbell a beloved part of our family. And they were quoted as saying, when we first met him, he was a talented sous chef at the White House, creative and passionate about food and its ability to bring people together, the couple said. They went on to say, in the years that followed, we got to know him as a warm, funny, extraordinary, kind person who made all of our lives a little brighter. And they said that's why when we were getting ready to leave the White House, we asked Tafari to stay with us, and he generously agreed. And he's been a part of our lives ever since, and our hearts are broken that he's gone. So they said the search for the missing paddleboarder started on Sunday after reports from fellow paddleboarders that he had struggled on the surface, went under, and didn't resurface. The search was paused late Sunday, but on Monday, state police said sonar from a boat located his body about 100 feet from the shore at a depth of about 8 feet. Wow, that's not even real deep either. Campbell was not wearing a life jacket, police said. Oh, that's so sad. The Obamas said that Campbell was survived by his wife and twin boys. So sad, so sad. So sad. What was my question? Have you heard this of this tragic story about Obama's personal chef? 64% of you had actually heard. 36% of you had not. And I was curious how many of you have actually been to Martha's Vineyard, because it's been on my list. I have never been though. I've just never made it there. I don't know why. I guess, yeah, I don't know why. All right. Well, it looks like it is time for us to move into the we making good time. It ain't even been an hour. I like this. I like this. How many topics did I do? Did I do what? Only 3? Not counting the missing persons part. So that I'm gonna limit us to 3 stories. and if you know crooks is involved, 3 stories and then a crook. 3 stories and a crook. That's how we're gonna do it moving forward. That way we ain't 12 hours long. Yesterday wore me out. I'm still not recovered. Because I had other stuff going on too. Oh, 90% of you have never been to Martha's. Oh, I'm not nowhere near alone. I expected it to be different than that. All right, I'm ending that because we are moving into our next segment. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. Y'all know how I like to do when we regroup and move into our next segment. And so I'm going to give y'all, it ain't real long commercial, just a little something. Let me take myself off screen though. Let me take this down. Take both of these down.
Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, growing up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, Lavelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Veil. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attacked them. You just attacked them, mother. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Did they think you're crazy? If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.
All right, we're back. Here's the expose. He asked for it. I thought that was a good reminder because, we get the trolls period. I don't really see them. Y'all clear them out so quick. I don't even. I see y'all responses because they be left behind, but I don't see what's actually being said because y'all just be clearing them out, and that's fine with me. But we get comments here, there. Leave him alone. He don't bother nobody. I'm like, he called. He asked for this. He literally said, "Where's Vell? Well, where's Randomness of Vell, which was my old channel name, and where's the expose? Here's the expose. It's actually a continuing series. We'll just keep going and going, and for now, I'm just gonna add it at the end of every show until I get tired of doing that. I guess. Maybe not. Maybe it'll just always be a part of the show. It's like the comic relief at the end of the show. Oh, this was a clip. So this is a little bit random, but a little bit not. Because I do want to kind of give an update on this lawsuit situation. I know this is different. A different live stream, although I asked this question the last live. I'm going to ask it again because there are probably new people in here. And I just want to take the post and see how many people are aware that Darius Cooks is currently involved in a lawsuit. Another one, like, because there have been many. We'll break those down eventually too. But what I wanted to show y'all was, if y'all remember, I was talking about how bitch made he is and how he's afraid of little bugs. This is just one of the clips. I happened to run into this one today, and I was like, I'm pulling this in. There are more. This is just the one that I ran into today. So y'all know, I don't be making this ish up. Oh, that's actually him jumping at the what do they call it? Pressure cooker. I was showing how punk I see it. Does that look like somebody who big and bad? All he got is this. That's all he got. Because in real life, this is what he do. And I've been saying that for the longest, because people was telling me in the beginning, ain't you nervous? Ain't you scared? I said, no, he's bitch made. I know him. That's the Darius I know. The big ass bitch. So just that. But I found the other ones because there's some bug ones too. So we're gonna move into our final segment of the night. However, I want you to be aware that you may start to see some abnormal behavior in the chat. And I don't want you to worry about this odd human behavior that you may see in the chat, because it's what I like to call, and it's a term, flying monkeys. Flying monkeys. Yes, flying monkeys. And it's the behavior from those who like to defend and cap for the predator that we see right here. And Scampa, Stunt Queen, big boy stuck in a bariatric body, slut, hoe. He calls himself that. He called himself that. Y'all know I played that clip. I'll find it again if I need to. Oops, I didn't mean to play it. Hoe. He called himself a hoe. He said, you know I'm a hoe? He said that. Oh, the other ones ain't in there. Oops, there you go. 3 inches of sadness. So anyway, you may see chiclet teeth. You may see some of that behavior, and it's what you call flying monkey behavior. And so I want to ensure that we are all on the same page and you understand what that means. I don't want people to think I'm calling, melanated people monkeys and all that. That's not what's happening. It's a term, and it comes from the Wizard of Oz and all that good stuff. And so because we haven't done this in quite a while, I'm going to actually read one of the definitions out there of what a flying monkey is. So flying monkeys are the people who enable and support our narcissists. Some will even help the narcissist to carry out spiteful and deceitful acts like scamming people, Ponzi schemes, saying things like, I got mine. Why y'all bothering him? He don't bother nobody. All that. These people could be her family members. They could be friends, her partner. I'm purposely saying her because it's in here. I'm reading it as is, but it applies. Or even her own children. Even when they know the narcissist is doing wrong, they will help her because they fear her. They know that if they don't help her, she's going to punish them with the block button, by calling them out in front of all of them, insulting their intelligence, things like that. Usually by using the silent treatment on them or doing spiteful things to make their lives miserable, doxing them, sending the hags after them. And you may wonder, well, I don't know really what that looks like. What does it look like? Well, I have an example. I have this is a brief example There are many out there, but I have one right here. Here's an example of flying monkey behavior.
Carolina to get scammed by Darius Cooks. And boy, did he scam us good.
What's up, good people, and welcome back. That's flying monkey behavior you just saw there. This person is saying he scammed us good. So she has turned people's pain, people who've actually been scammed by Scampa, she's turning their pain into a joke. She's turning their pain into a marketing scheme set up by Todd to come to us with the BS for Scampa. That's flying monkey behavior. And we got plenty other. Window liquor. I love that, Charles Stevens. The window liquor. That's an example of a window liquor. Poll here is, did you know that Darius Cooks was currently being sued? 61% of you said yes, you were aware. 39% said you were not. Yes, he's being sued in a defamation suit by the Kitchenista, aka Angela Davis. So we'll talk briefly about that. I'll do a deep dive. I just need to get my head wrapped around all of what's happening. I don't like to half-ass that piece of it. This was something that someone pointed out to me because, you know, we always talk about the spawn of Satan. And this was pointed out to me about a week or so ago, but it's still here, where we see the mark of the beast. We talk about the satanic behavior, and it's so funny that now Darius Cooks' Instagram header, his follower account, is 666. So fitting. So fitting. It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Also, I'm going to do a quick little revisit, and that's going to take us into what we're moving into now. The 2023 calendar, where I said that someone brilliantly on, I think the source is, it's down to 665 now. I'm going to keep that 666 though. Keep my screenshot. It's going to come in handy. But here's the calendar that tracks all of Darius Cooks' major, not everything that happened in that month by far. By far, it don't handle everything, but just like the biggest thing that happened in any particular month. So in January, can I even see? I need help in the chat again. I thought I was going to remember, and the caption's so small that I can't see this. Hold on. Let me see if I can see this one. If y'all remember what happened in January, let me know, because I cannot see this. And I can't enlarge that, can I? Nope. But as we see, every month, something major has happened when it comes to Darius Cooks and his drama. Again, I'll skip January just because I don't know what that means. I was finna say that was Juanito because that's when he got on that. He did the same little, because thank you so much, Charles. I think you might be right. As much as he tried to come for me and, you know, what I do here in these YouTube streets and the blogging, all of a sudden he was doing it. But he claims to be so original, but yeah, he started trying to do what I do. And I then think he realized it ain't as easy as I make it look. So I haven't seen him get on that mic in a couple months now, actually. So yes, I think Charles is right in the chat saying that it was the Grandma Holler drama where, and let me know what February was ahead of time if y'all know. I think I know the rest of them though. So that's when the internet sensation Grandma Holler unfortunately passed away, and her family was asking. They created a GoFundMe for her funeral services, and you know, people were on both sides of the fence with it. Some were totally in favor of it and good with donating. Others were not in support and saying, why y'all asking for money? Y'all should have money. Y'all had million subscribers or followers across platforms, etc. Darius saw that because it was a trending topic. He jumped on it, added his 2 cents, but then wanted to put himself in the center of it And so he, I'm trying to think of the best word to use, but basically inserted himself, because I didn't want to curse. So I was trying to think of words to use without cursing, and I couldn't think of them. So he inserted himself into it and acted like he was willing to donate money to them. He was willing to pay for the funeral. He said he was willing to pay for the funeral, but he would only do it if he could pay the funeral home directly. Well, they refused. They like, we don't want your scummy scam money. But anyway, he went back and forth and was doing stuff, and her granddaughter was clapping back. She drugged. She was like, "What about your scams and your lawsuits?" So that was January, and then February, you guys are speculating that is the Arby's fish sandwich. That makes sense. Time be flying, because I feel like Arby's fish sandwich was maybe 2 months ago, but that was when Arby had the. Is that right though? Because I thought it was around Lent. Arby's was around Lent, wasn't it? I don't know for sure. But anyway, he did have the Arby's fish sandwich drama where he tried to act like he made the fish sandwich go viral, so much so that Arby's were selling out across the country. That's why I think it was Lent. It wasn't February, I don't think. Right. Thank you, Marianne Coker. Arby's was around Lent. Yeah, February. Oh, wait. That was something. The comment was there. What was it saying? Yeah, February was his failed attempt to get. Oh, was it? Okay. Okay. So February was Arby. We know that March was the rollout, the initial rollout of the okay, y'all all over the place with y'all all over the place with the February with the Arby's thing. Arby's was around Lent, because I remember my clapback was the fact that you ain't started that. You ain't sell out. It sold out because of Lent. I remember saying that, but I ain't gonna also argue because I got a whole bunch on my head, so I could be twisting facts too. So I ain't perfect, but I feel like it wasn't February. Who knows? I'm gonna caption it the next time so that I don't forget, because those first 2 months always throw me off. And then March was the rollout of his adult toy line that he claimed he had to stop it because the payment processing company wouldn't do adult toys, so he had to find another. Right, Charles? It's hard to keep up with his BS. It is. It's like watching a soap opera. Every week is something new. Every week. So anyway, so that was silent for a while. Now it's coming back. His sex toy line for women who he finds disgusting. Like, he doesn't like women. He says very derogatory things about women and their and the lady parts and everything else. But now they're going to buy adult toys from him. It is baffling. But again, flying monkey behavior. Then April was Juanito. We kind of know what happened with that, because through that whole situation, VellNito surfaced on our end. That's where VellNito comes from, the whole Juanito drama where Darius went, to a restaurant. I think that might have been at least the first major restaurant he went to and caused like this big commotion and had people harassing the restaurant. And Juanito unfortunately lost his job just because Darius stunt queen tricks. Then his cookware line being found in discount stores across America. That was in May. And very interesting. So they're still out there. And then we had June, which we know was him supposedly outing a bisexual guy who he claimed was riding him a couple weeks before that, which we knew was a lie because he's a power bottom. So with 3 inches of sadness. So we already know that was a lie. Then we have July, which is now, and we have the men's health fiasco for him. For us, it's a very it's a beautiful moment. So for those of you who aren't aware, Darius Cooks was featured as one of the, I didn't even pull it in, but anyway, one of the top 60 influencers to look out for. And he was in the food and nutrition category. And you see, he's number 6. And the issue with that is that he's a total, scammer, stunt queen, all that good stuff. And they didn't vet him. they just adding people, and they got wind of who he truly is that we already know over here. And so they retracted and deleted him. And then the editor put out a note saying a previous version of this article included influencer Darius Williams due to allegations of business malpractice that he has previously denied. We have removed him from this list. So basically, don't look out for him. And then he had posted, when he originally posted, he was happy. He was proud. He thought he had got around all this. He thought all this stuff that happened, all this exposing we've been doing for 2 years now was all behind him, that he had suppressed us, that the coalition has fell apart. No, it just let the ashes, let those who needed to burn down to the ground. And now we're rebuilding. We good. So he puts in his caption, kind of a big deal. I forgot to tell y'all I'm featured in at Men's Health Mag as one of their top influencers. Thank you. Not no more. How long that lasts? What was that like? What we give him, y'all, like an hour for y'all got that shut down? not even half a day. I told him his fame is gone. He'll get it one day, y'all. He'll get it. No, he ain't. He a narcissist. He'll never get it. Even when he behind bars, he's still gonna think he's famous. He still ain't gonna get it. It's gonna be our fault. He ain't gonna even realize that he put himself in jail. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Y'all know. So then we moved to, I was trying to find it real quick, the dining with Darius, the garage picture. I am obsessed with finding that for y'all. It's just I keep running out of time. And I couldn't find it quickly, but I did run into like other stuff. And I was like, okay, well, this is kind of more important right now. So we'll get that Christmas picture. Well, it ain't Christmas. It looked like an homage to a Charlie Brown Christmas with just one string of lights at his Dining with Diarrhea event. So I want to send y'all that picture so bad. So we'll do that Foolishness Friday. I'll have it by then. But what I was able to pull, y'all probably more interested in this right now anyway. So we know that we talked about the defamation lawsuit that the Kitchenista, aka Angela Davis, has filed against Darius Cooks and others. Again, we're just concentrating on Darius Cooks right now, because that's all I honestly care about. The rest of them, not the people, but the lawsuits against them, I feel are frivolous. Darius, I feel like is totally justified. But anyway, Darius Cooks has defamed the Kitchenista in a multitude of ways. And I played a clip for y'all. I didn't pull it back in, did I? I didn't pull it back in. It doesn't matter. I don't need to tell y'all. I don't need to show y'all that. But he's defamed her in a multitude of ways. Even again last night. I have it. I just didn't have time to edit it down and pull it in here and all that. We'll get to that. But he has doxed her. He has said that he has her personal information, etc. And then he denies it. Well, he's acting as usual. He's always the victim. So what he's trying to do now is say that he's never bothered her. She was bothering him, and basically she threw a rock, and now she had in her hand, and she's playing the victim when she was the one who did all this to him, and he wasn't bothering nobody. That's not true. That's not true. It started in 2014 originally when he had his lasagna, what was it? Collard green lasagna or something crazy. And she ended up, she was on social media like everyone else who was commenting on because it was going viral because it looked crazy. And people who were in the culinary arts field were dragging it because just it made no sense in a lot of ways. And so Darius Cooks, being the narcissist he is, was searching the hashtag, looking for his name, seeing who talking about him, because that's what he does. He actually reached out, and I'm gonna ask them probably if I could share it. It's somebody I know that is of note that he reached out to, which is beyond me, that he would scam me and then reach out to somebody who I know because he's a clout chaser. not realizing, I don't even know if he just don't care, that they're not going to F with him because of what he did to me. Like, what? Oh my God, he's such a narcissist. He's so full of himself. Anyway, and they left him on red, just so y'all know. They didn't. And it's been twice, like over a couple years, twice that he's reached out. Like, hey, I love your work and blah, blah, blah. Ridiculous. But anyway, so he was doing that. He saw that the Kitchenista and another cook influencer were having their own interaction over Twitter about it, laughing and whatever. And like tens of thousands of other people were doing, because it was going viral. People were dragging it. And he was like, I follow your work. Man, you know, us black people need to stick together, blah, blah, blah. Her response was, just because we black don't mean we need to stick together. And she doesn't respect his cooking because it's garbage. And so long story short, that made him, because again, remember I told y'all, he weaponizes his DHAGs, his flying monkeys. We just read what flying monkeys are. He weaponizes them. And so he took her, screenshot her response, posted it on his platform, and then played the victim like, man, it's a shame when people can't support each other and hate and blah, 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 and this and that, and playing the victim. And so then the hags went after the Kitchenista and the other person, because he's screenshotting them laughing at his stuff too. And so at that time, the Kitchenista did not have a very large following. She was in her infancy stages of growing. And so he was able, him and all the harassment of his hags at that time, were able to make her just kind of back off, leave it alone, go dark for a minute so it could calm down. And I think she said the other person got offline completely. I don't know if forever, but a very long time. Long story short, that ends years later. That's 2014. Years later, something else happened in that. I just can't remember. I need to look through the notes or whatever. But something else happened. And at that point, her following, she had over 100,000 followers, etc. And she wasn't going to have it, because by then she had also learned about him and his scamming ways and all this other stuff and all the other stuff he's done to people. And so she decided, you want to keep effing with me? This ain't going to go how you thought it was going to go. She's also an Aries. It's the way we kind of handle things. And so long story short, that's what y'all started to see in 2021 when it eventually hit, you know, major media publications. It started with the Griot, Southern Grit. No, I'm sorry. It started with Southern Grit, went to the Griot. Black Enterprise picked it up. Then Forbes magazine picked it up. Yahoo. Then it just went all over the place. And then it eventually ended up on Randy Travis's special on Fox Atlanta 5 or whatever it is. And so on and so on and so on. And y'all just got to see it. It was everywhere. It sparked from that. It sparked from that because she put her foot on the gas and would not let up. And so during that, now he's playing the victim. So he's acting like she just out of the blue started airing him out and coming for him and blah, 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 and this and that. No, it was in a response, but he's so used to being able to get to victimize people and them not have enough power or have a large enough voice that he just gets to kick them, step on them, and walk over them and keep going with no hurt, harm, or danger coming to him. This didn't look like that. This didn't look like that at all. So long story short, because of that, his way of getting back at her and me and others was to dox us, was to get our personal information, addresses, background checks, all this stuff, getting it pulled up and then putting it out on the internet, because that's supposed to silence us. It ain't silenced nan one of us. Like all us got doxed and all us keep talking. Sunny, et cetera, et cetera. So I have it here where, again, I don't share the names of the people whose post I'm taking and sharing with y'all, because I don't know who's okay with their information being public and who's not. And I know some are cool with it and some are not. And I can't keep up. I would not be able to keep up with who. So I just don't show nobody's name, just so y'all know. But if you see your work here, that means I love it. It's my way of complimenting you. But that's the best I can do. Because I want to cause no trouble, because I just talked about the doxing and all the other stuff. So I ain't trying to cause no unnecessary heartache for nobody. So someone clipped together the, once again, hypocrisy, but contradiction and lies of Darius Cooks, which occurred I think, this was last night. So we get to, and it's a very short clip, and then I'll share more.
You know what the counts say? One of the counts that she's alleging I did, this is in black and white. The heifer has said.
Just so y'all know, because I didn't prime it first. So he's referring to the kitchenista. Last night, he went on a very long rant. I think this was last night. I could be wrong. I think it was I'll say it was yesterday. It may not have been last night. Might have been during the day. But he went on a long rant about the kitchenista, dragging her, discrediting her once again, while in a defamation lawsuit. But this is how he rolls. He don't care about rules. And he has yet to truly be held accountable. He's been able to. Thank you, Charles. So this was today. Thank you so much, Charles. So this was actually today. So he went on a rant about the kitchenista, and he's again playing the victim, like he ain't did nothing. She just bothered me. I don't know why. This makes no sense. We're gonna see his version today, and then we're gonna see what you're gonna see him lie. Basically, he talks so much that he tells on himself. We don't even have to say anything. We literally can just do mashups like this. That's literally what we'll be at that point over here in the future. I got so much stuff. I can do so many mashups of him contradicting his own self.
You know what the counts say? One of the counts that she's alleging I did, this is in black and white. The heifer has said, I published her personal information, including her social security number, her address, and her phone number. I have never had one conversation with this deranged heifer. Not one conversation. If I ain't never had one.
I do. I have the background checks of Sonny Anderson. I have the background check of Danielle Holland, and I have the background check of Angela Davis. No lie. I'm not lying about that. I do have
it. Did y'all catch that? So he just denied it today. He don't know why she bothered him. He ain't got her information. He ain't never even had a conversation with her. He's talked at her hundreds of times through the internet. He has interacted with her electronically. That's still communicating. Electronic communication is communication. And they have communicated via social media. That is communication. She ain't just come out the blue. This ain't somebody you ain't never interacted with. They have interacted with each other electronically. Have they ever met in person? No. Have they ever worked with each other? No. I've seen people get the story all twisted up. Oh, it bothers me when I see it. But I saw this was like last year sometime. Somebody saying, yeah, and when she was working for him, she got mad and fell out and started airing him out. I'm like, they have never worked together a day in their life, and she would have never worked for him ever. So, yeah. But yeah, so he's saying, he's denying here, and I'm gonna play it one more time. Then we're gonna move on to the next evidence. This is Exhibit A, Exhibit A1. We're gonna go to Exhibit AB. Exhibit A2. So this is Exhibit A1.
Deranged heifer. Not one conversation. If I ain't never had one.
I do. I have the background checks of Sonny Anderson. I have the background check of Danielle Holland, and I have the background check of Angela Davis. No lie. I'm not lying about that. I do have it.
And the other thing that just occurred to me, another place that he literally admitted to having personal information on us, everybody the main people who he felt were talking about him or exposing him, and at a point that was Danielle Hollins, the kitchenista, Sonny Anderson, and myself. So he claimed to have had all of our information, and even went on the Shade Room when he did an interview there, thinking he was going to bamboozle them like he attempted to do with Black Enterprise, and that didn't work there. And the Shade Room didn't fall for it either. And he told the interviewer, Justin, that he was like, well, I do have their cell phone information, their personal information, but I didn't dig for it. My people sent it to me. They send me stuff. So he was basically throwing his people under the bus, saying that whoever he knows who works at these cell phone companies were in our personal so he claims we're in our personal records and sharing our information with him. I don't know how true that is because I have not seen any results of that. Yeah, and the number that he tried to dox me and put out there, like they did put my phone number out there, but it was my business line. I was like 5,000 people have this number because I've had it for 20 years in multiple businesses. You're not, that doesn't hurt me. Call and order something from me. Take a service. Buy some products from me because you're calling my business line. So, but yeah, so here's you fast forward. I'm sorry, we rewind back to last summer, if I'm not mistaken, when it was all fresh. He also then multiple times has he said that he had our personal information. And here's the first, I think this is the first time right here. I could be wrong on if this is the first time, but it was definitely like one of the first 2 times.
Oh, I told you. Damn.
Y'all might have to turn that up. Oh, it's low. Will
send me these people's background check? Okay, what is y'all trying to? What in the world? I look moisturized. I am moisturized. It's moisturized down. Okay, do not play with me. Okay, I have Nivea cream. I'm running late. I know, child. I know. I was at.
Sorry, it's really low. I'm gonna have to fix this and
dinner tonight.
post.
You made the BBL? Yes. How was it? I messaged a picture of you with the braised collard green fettuccine. So good. Yes. Come on, fettuccine. Come on. Y'all is cooking. My dental plan is amazing. It's Benia's great.
Always eating. Always snacking.
Why y'all send me Angela Marie Davis's background check, Sonny L. Anderson background check, and Lavelle Baker's background check? I said,
and that's the part people miss. He actually said he had my background check too. I hear a lot of people mentioning they failed to mention my name. He claimed to have mine as well.
what in the world? Okay, what in the hello is going on around here?
I hope y'all can hear that because it's so low on my side too.
Okay. Oh, I responded to you in the Peloton group. That was you, sis. Hey, Kiana. What's that? I don't know who y'all are. I don't know who the fuck y'all work for. I don't know who Social Security account y'all logging in to. I do not know, honey. But y'all, I don't ever want to cross y'all. Okay? I the fuck don't ever want to cross y'all. Okay? All I'm going to say is, sis need to slow down. All them goddamn speeding tickets she got. And driving without a license, girl.
Okay, so you don't have her personal information, never have, but you can talk about her speeding tickets and driving. You can talk about her driving history. Sounds like somebody who has background information to me.
Okay. And driving without a license, no insurance. Moving from state to state. I said, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all too much. Hold on. I got a little too comfortable with you, okay? I know they recording this. How you doing? I'm really finna go to bed though on y'all. I'm not finna be up. No, I'm not one of those people that's like going tit for tat. I'm not doing that.
It's not even in my character. Now,
That is a lie.
if anybody else wants to do it, inbox me. And I'll give them to you. And you can go for it. And the lipstick alley thread on her failed attempt at dinner parties. Oh, okay. Okay. No, I'm not gonna be petty. One of y'all can be petty. I do not mind. Okay. I said, oh, sis was trying to do dinner parties too, huh? A little upset because somebody succeeded and you didn't? Oh. Okay. I understand. Okay. I said, oh my God, y'all, it's not. Yeah, it's a cute background. Oh, the background over here. Got you. But I do have the background check. I said, yeah, okay. Right, I ain't the only one on lipstick. Exactly, Bethany, exactly. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, she probably tried to do it and then couldn't do it and then failed. I'd probably be upset too if I tried to do something. No, actually, I wouldn't. I would just level up and try to do it better next time. But that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is at this point. Okay, I said, oh. Oh. But you did mention, so show us they don't mind posting your stuff all day. Show receipts, period. Sis, I play bid whist, girl. Not spades. I like to play chess. Not checkers. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna come out of that because I know that that's not the one. There's another one where he, like I said, he said it multiple times that he had our personal information, and then there's another one, and I thought this might have been it, but I don't think this is it, where he literally, I think he has the piece of paper and he starts to read through what's on the background checks because he talks about Sonny Anderson stuff and he talks about the Kitchenista. He doesn't go into my stuff. He just gets to rambling and ranting about something else. I'm glad I played this. What I'm gonna do is do some post production on that, take it back down and make the volume higher because that's from me grabbing it off social media that it's low like that. But anyway, I'll fix it and then I'll clip it. I'll clip more together. I'll make a little mashup with that and some other stuff related to it. So I put out here, have you ever seen this video? 13% said yes. 87% said no. And this is why I'm taking this approach to getting this information out, because 87% of you don't know that this happened. And so when he puts out his narrative that we just watched here, what the hell is it right here?
You know what the count say? One of the counts that she's alleging I did, this is in black and white. The heifer has said, I published her personal information, including her social security number, her address, and her phone number. I have never had one conversation with this deranged heifer. Not one conversation. If I ain't never had one.
I do. I have the background checks of Sonny Anderson. I have the background check of Danielle Holland, and I have the background check of Angela Davis. No lie. I'm not lying about that. I do have it.
So as you see there, he didn't even mention me in that particular one because he said it multiple times. Like he's repeated that narrative multiple times. And each time he adds or take away a different person. But he's literally saying, and if you listen to what he's saying, and she's claiming that I published her social security number and her blah, 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 and this and that. Like he's holding on to the word published because of the fact that the truth is he probably got it out there, but he may have done it under one of his burner accounts, or he may have had one of his followers do it. As you see in the clip with the very low volume that I played for you, he said, well, you know, I'm not petty like that. I'm not going to put it out, but if y'all want to do it, inbox me. Well, that's the same as you doing it, idiot. But that's how emboldened he is and how he thinks he's invincible and unstoppable. Is Darius Cooks, the poll out there now, is Darius Cooks petty? Because he's claiming that he's not petty like that. That's not how he rolls. So he wouldn't do that. But if you want to do it, inbox me. That's petty. That's the definition of petty. It's ridiculous. Absolutely freaking ridiculous. Naya saying, I'm glad the volume is low because I don't want to hear that. I'm about to eat. I'm with you. I'm with you. Oh, trust me, I'm with you. I'm only doing this now because I'm realizing that I have to. There are, based on this poll, there are 3% flying monkeys in here. Hey, woohoo! Hey, flying monkeys. That's y'all sound, y'all flying monkey wings. That's y'all mating call for Darius Cooks. How did I forget? This is what I really meant to say.
Y'all are so weird.
I hate
what does that mean?
They're
so
weird.
I hate them, bro. I swear to God, bro. I hate them, bro. Them is weird.
So when we this was the other piece when we talk about the pettiness of Darius Cooks, and because he's just so innocent, but I don't know, he's just so non-self-aware. I don't know. I think I'm saying that there's another way to say that, but he's just so unaware of himself. It's baffling to me. I am very mindful of everything I say and do in front of these cameras. Everything. And sometimes I go there. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't even care. I know this might be pushing it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's like he is totally oblivious to what he's doing and saying, because he'll go back and say he's never done it. Or like I told y'all the lie he told the other day, I'm still gonna do a mashup of it, where he literally told them when someone asked him in his live that morning, was somebody in the bed next to him? And he said, and I know it's a few coalition people watching tonight, so y'all know better with this too. He said, I don't have no, now you know I don't have nobody in the bed with me. I don't never get on no, I ain't never got here on live with no man next to me in the bed. Y'all know I wouldn't do that. I'm like, are you effing, what the hell, what kind of alternate universe am I in? Because I can name the times that you've been on live with a man in the bed next to you. Jerome, for instance, multiple times. On top of that, it was some random guy who was like, I think in the military or something. He didn't show his face. And then I feel like it was a third guy, because I feel like it was two different guys who he was supposedly kind of dating, but they were in and out real quick. I'm like, what? It's ridiculous. But anyway, here's another clip of his narcissistic behavior, where he, when he has these wins, he thinks he's winning. He gets very cocky and then just digs a bigger hole for himself. But here's another moment. This was right after the Juanito situation, where he felt he had won. He got Juanito fired, and Juanito's a everyday hardworking man, and he's celebrating at the fact that he got this man fired because the Juanito did not appreciate him coming to his job with a camera in his face and insulting him and all of that. And this was his response to it.
Lesson. And for everybody else who's on the outside looking in, feeling like you, I don't know, want to go up against me, want to challenge me, don't. I don't have anything to lose, right? Once your name is trashed on a national level, Forbes and Black Enterprise, that's it. What else can you do? You've done it all. So I have nothing to lose and the world to gain. So I'm at a really great advantage point. So I'm just saying, like, you got to be very careful when you do that kind of shit out here on the internet. And it doesn't go away, man. Like, the actions you do on the internet, somebody's screen recording that. Somebody watching that,
He literally, I loved that clip. I added that in some trailer. I think I did. I know I added it in some. I can't remember where now. I was so tickled. Sometimes I see this stuff and he gives me gems like that, and I'm just like, it's the fact that he's saying, "Oh, it was in a video I did." I think I'll play it when we leaving. So tickled. He was like, "The internet never forget, and somebody's recording this," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like this moment here. Oh, you gotta love it. Okay, I'm gonna get to y'all comments. There's other stuff. There's always other stuff to talk about with him. But this is what I totally skipped over this part. The case. So today, wait, was it today? Whenever they had the hearing, was it yesterday, y'all? I don't forget. But they had the hearing. Darius Cooks gave his version of what happened. I have not looked into it myself to know what's factual, because I know he does a spin on everything. I do know this, but I'm gonna just tell you what he said, and then we will eventually find out the truth. But I'll give you his version. So his attorney did appear in court for him in regards to the defamation lawsuit that Angela Davis has filed against him. And he said that their motion is for them to dismiss because of jurisdiction, meaning she filed in Macomb County in Michigan, which is where she lives, well, in that area at least. And he's like, I don't live there. I've never lived in that area. You have to file where I live, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the argument that his attorney is making. Now, her attorney was making a point, again, Darius' version, that because he's worked there and been there multiple times with those Dining with Diarrhea fan club parties and other business deals or whatever, business ventures, that he's there enough for her to be able to file to sue him there. Plus, if you look at the crimes that he's committed, or the allegations she has against him, he's done also there in Detroit. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I'm not an attorney, etc. So what he claims is that the hearing was all of 3 minutes, and that his attorney, as he was beginning to argue his points of what he had submitted, the motion that he had submitted, that the judge kind of cut him off and was like, okay, I'm going to give my answer in writing. Basically, I'm going to adjourn, and I'm going to take some days or weeks. I'm gonna look over this, figure it all out, and then I will respond in writing with my decision. And so that's kind of where they are now. My concern for the situation with the older judges, I feel like it's going to be similar to the situation with Melanie Ford and Darius Cooks, where his order of protection against her got dismissed because it was erroneous and frivolous. However, she then filed for attorney fees. And that was why y'all saw it like be so long, and it seemed like a little bit of a trial and all this other stuff. And that was on purpose. He thinks it was a waste. It really wasn't. All of that was on purpose to get his get his ass in court on a stand, or under oath, I should say, so that all of his crimes and all of that and lies could be documented for future purposes. And that was successfully done. Very successfully done. And so I'm hoping that can happen again. The issue that I saw with that situation with the TPO was that the judge was a senior citizen, probably 3 weeks from retiring. And so he didn't understand the social media world and what an influencer is, and the Twitters and all the platforms and the adding and the DMs, and he didn't get all of that. And so that made it a lot harder for him to understand some of the stance and all of that with it, and the gravity of what some of the stuff Darius has done. So I'm afraid, because Crooks did say that this judge is older as well, that because of that they don't get that social media can be just as impactful, if not more in some cases, than being face-to-face and it being physical. So I don't know. We'll see how that all works out. Darius Cooks also said that if this gets dismissed in his favor, that he will file for attorney fees. He's claimed that he spent, did he say how much, y'all? I feel like he might have said $20,000. I feel like he might have said it. And I hope so. Because he's now paying for, like, there's some level of him paying for what he's doing to people. But anyway, he claims he's going to file for attorney fees. We'll see if that happens. Melanie Ford did that as well, and she did not get her attorney fees, although the judge granted in her favor to dismiss the order of protection. He did not decide in her favor for the I'm having a brain freeze because I'm reading a comment at the same time. But yeah, anyway, so that's where we are with that. And Charles is saying, I don't know, are my moderators down there? What's happening? I ain't seen no comments. Are they start? Yeah, y'all could be putting them when, as long as I'm not reading something that's on the screen, like as far as my images, you can put it over images that don't have words, but only when I need to read. Let me see. I'm gonna start. I think I'm just gonna jump into the comments. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I mean, I'm done because I'm ready to get out of here. And it'd be right at 2 hours. 2 hours, we out of here. Yep, y'all ain't getting a minute over there. Y'all got overtime on yesterday, so and I need to come back tomorrow. So, okay, I'm gonna read. Let me see if there's start. Yeah, there's start comments. Okay, so I'm gonna start with these, and okay, I'm gonna just skip down to the Darius Cooks stuff because go too many stories back. That was my bad. I skipped over I skipped over. I apologize. I skipped over reading questions after each story like I normally do. That was my brain. Don Smart is saying, Don Smart is saying, Vel, he hasn't said your name since then. I'm wondering since when. I don't know what I was talking about in that moment. I don't know if you're talking about the asking you shall receive, because if you're talking about that, yes, he has. He actually did that whole lunch machine lie rant that he did after. It was a while after, but he has done stuff after that. I don't know if he's done anything since this new expose, our latest edition of these exposés. They'll never go away. They're not going away. I just come back in different forms with them. They evolve. That's it. Charles is saying a crook, a clown, and a loser. Yeah, absolutely. Don is saying he also called himself a petty, the S word, petty sissy, because I'll say it. Yeah, he said like you can't out sissy a sissy. He says stuff like that. I have it. I just gotta find that crap. I'm ending this poll. Is Darius Cooks' brand trash? 95% of y'all say yes. He knows that too. He literally just told us that. He told us that when your brand is trash and your name has been trashed all over the Forbes magazine and blah blah blah, I have nothing else to lose. You do though. Your life. Oh well. His antics that got a lot of attention. I don't know context because these were long a while back. Let me see. Here we go. Donna Hammond is saying the judge will have someone look at other cases and case law. I just believe what's going to happen is that she will prevail because of the subject at hand. Unfortunately, I wish and I hope I do. I'm nervous, more nervous than I was in the beginning that he may walk away being able to do another stunt queen dance like he's the victor again in this particular case. I'm a little baffled in some ways because I know that she's very smart, but I just feel like some things that were done, there were other ways to do it, and maybe better options, and I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. I guess the jury's out in more ways than one, and I'm not holding my breath for that. But even if it's dismissed because it's not in the proper jurisdiction, as long as he does it without prejudice, she can then file. Now it would be in Houston where he actually lives. I guess it could still be in Atlanta because that's where the warehouse is. So that's where his business physical location is. So, we'll see. Oh, and the other piece is she was also trying to have the documents sealed. The judge denied that motion. And we can talk about stuff like that. I ain't finna get into it now because I'm tired. But yes, she was trying to have it sealed where us as the public would not be able to see what is happening with the case. And I thought this was about exposing crooks, but maybe not. Maybe not. Shanice, he literally showed everyone's address on his Facebook page when he posted the lawsuit. Yeah, people were in the comments telling him multiple times that her address, as well as the Hollins address, showed. Yes, Shanice, thank you for that reminder because you are 100% right. However, I do know that she's referring to times even before that, before the lawsuit. But yes, with the lawsuit, when he finally received the papers, his address was his business address or something, or old address, so he didn't care. But yes, he put out everyone's address, Natalie, the Hollins, and Angela's address. Just a horrible human being. Literally, for the reason he's being part of the reason that he has a defamation lawsuit, he's continues to do it. He's like a very spoiled brat, like a little toddler who's never been disciplined. And so they just get like rambunctious and just ignorant. Like, y'all ever been around one of them kids? You ain't got not a bit of home training. I can't even stand being around you. And you're only 2 years old. Like, it's that kind of energy. And that's what he gives. Chanel says he's going to create cooking from jail book in a hot minute, gourmet oodles and noodles. Yeah. He's already working on his recipes because y'all know he had ordered a bunch of them. Reality show Benjer says they'll probably dismiss without prejudice, but she will just need to file it somewhere else. Yeah, that's just what I was saying. Yeah, I agree. Well, that's all I got. Y'all ain't really saying much. I'm saying a lot of laughing and stuff, but y'all ain't really saying much. I guess I'll read the questions from the other stories. There's not too many in. Yeah, we got a couple more minutes. At 2 hours on the dot, I'm letting y'all go, though. And then I'll see y'all tomorrow. Precious G is saying that man sadly was probably her sugar daddy. So back to the story of Tyra Crosby, the young lady. Yeah, it's something fishy about it. I feel like it's more to that story that will come out, during the trial. Push forward with Chi says, this is the problem when women are blaming other women and not the men. I agree 100. I'm glad you even said that pushing forward, because I thought about that when I was putting the story together, but I forgot about it as I was going over the story. Cause I'm like, how did we get from like to the point of taking her life over a decision your husband made? She didn't break in your home. Your husband invited her over for whatever. He invited her over. He let her in that home. So how did it turn on her to that degree, especially? Now, I can see you even, fighting her to push her out the door. Maybe. I wouldn't even be doing that, to be honest. I would just be like, get out. As long as you don't have to force me to force you out. She didn't know he was married. Yeah, they're saying that. I think a lot of that is speculation right now, though. Nobody really fully knows what she knew. Her mom is doing, and I noticed her mom was doing a lot of speculating, but stating it as facts. She was like, I know my daughter wouldn't mess with a married man. And I'm not saying she did or didn't, but you don't know. A lot of people think things about people, and then they like, oh my God, I would have never thought they would do that. So you can't say my daughter would have never. Maybe you didn't train her to do that. You didn't raise her to do that. But I've done a lot of stuff. My mom would be shocked. She'd be appalled. She'd be dismayed. So you can't do that. You can't. I mean, you can, but the reality is you don't know until you know. It's Laquan says he should be held responsible for her passing as well. Absolutely. I feel that way too. Something, especially if this recording shows, well, for one, even on the level of why didn't you protect her? Why didn't you get a hold of your wife and protect, stop her from shooting the girl, or, help the girl get out the door or something? Key Got Jokes is saying, my thing is, why not have the That smoke for your husband. Yeah, you're saying the same thing as one of the other commenters. Yeah. I mean, he is the one that made the commitment to you. He's the one who vowed to you, not her. She didn't vow to you at your wedding not to touch your man, not to ever meet him. You know, he was the one. Donna Hammond saying that voicemail will be the nail in the coffin if it's admissible. Yeah, I agree 100%. So yeah, I'm gonna put some notes for myself to. I think I'm gonna put a whiteboard and have certain stories like these cases, these trials, where I'm tracking them, at least listing them so that I can glance and check every month or so on each one of them and see where they are in the process, so I don't totally forget about them. Like even the Tim Norman, I wanted to read the transcripts to y'all. I kind of forgot about it. Like it's crossed my mind a couple times briefly, but I keep forgetting to check. And somebody actually reminded me when one of our people texted me last week saying that I have information on the appeal, Tim's appeal. And I know that Travell appealed and his got denied. I didn't do a story on that. So maybe I'll do a special live where we catch up on the Sweetie Pie stuff. We'll see what I can go over what happened with Travell. Also talk about what happened with Tim, whatever update on Tim, his process. It ain't gonna happen, but we can just talk about he's not getting out. And then also we got Miss Robbie trying to move on with her life with the new restaurant that should be opening next month in August, if I'm not mistaken, was when it's supposed to open. So yeah, we can do a special Sweetie Pies live because I know some of y'all that's how we met. That's how we became family. So we can catch up on that. Pushing forward with T says, I hope they still investigating to see what happened from the time she walked in until the end. This man could have said anything, but no way you can lie to me with a woman in the house. Yeah, they're gonna do that. That's just my experience with trials. They're definitely going to do that. They're gonna track from the beginning to the end. Yes, Margin. I need an intern, but I gotta find one. And for one, I gotta figure out exactly what they can and can't do. Because some of my stuff is, all electronic and private on top of that. Like, but yes, it's in the works. So definitely I'm thinking through those things that can be delegated because I'm at that place for sure that we have to do some delegating. Charles is saying, I'm sure the Obamas will make sure his wife and kids are taken care of in some capacity. Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. I'm really hoping that's the case. Anita Lauderdale is saying, I don't understand why women who follow him keep following him knowing how disrespectful he is to women. Because some of these women think that it won't happen to them. They think that, he loves them and anyone else that he's done those things to, it's because they deserved it. They did something to him, et cetera, et cetera. And so, yeah, that's how we got there. Let me see. I'm just start there from there. Did I play? Wait, let me make sure. I felt like I had another clip I wanted. What is this clip? I don't even know what this one is. Oh, this. Yeah. Oh, it's silent anyway. Don't have no sound. This was a clip somebody put together on Twitter as well, showing how ignorant Crooks is. Crooks, how he behaves in public. And I tell y'all, I've told y'all a couple times, like, when I knew him many years ago when he was a lot younger too, this is the kind of behavior, not quite as, to some degree, close to that. He's at this, the first one, the top one, where he's smashing the moth into the window with his flip-flop. He's at that lady soul food restaurant who he ended up dragging because he said the plate was dirty, because she had somebody with special needs who she had in the kitchen washing dishes. And also there was hair on his plate and then the moth flying around. And so he made a big deal out of that and drugged the lady's restaurant, etc. But now he's in, and I think this must have been when he was in Miami, I'm assuming. But the fan, the caption I read with this, the fan wasn't facing the direction he wanted it in. So this Negro then got his tail on a chair, violating all kind of safety rules for this company. God forbid he fall, insurance claim and all that stuff. Like he owned the place, but it's like his influence has done nothing to make him worse. In such a, it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But yeah, I had that clip. I knew I had something else. That one I played. Let me see. What is this again? Okay. Yeah, that's enough for tonight. Margin is saying, clown, he thinks he can come. He can BS us. Yeah, well, and the truth is, Margin, is because he has, unfortunately, been able to BS so many people and get away with it. Constantly. So, with that, that's all I have for you this evening. I mean, there's more, but that's all I'm giving y'all this evening. And but I will be back on tomorrow afternoon, and make sure you are following the the places you can connect with me on are pinned to the top of the chat. And one of my gracious moderators has also put it back in the chat. You can click that, and you can follow me in our VIP text community. Our what is it? There we go. Take that one down. Our VIP text community. And that VIP stands for Vell's Important People. I got to remember to start saying that more. So you can join our Vell's Important People text community, get updates of when I'm uploading my videos, when I'm going live, etc. Major updates. Also, our Vell's Important People Facebook group as well, where you guys can actually interact with each other as well as receive those updates. The Patreon, the Twitter, the this, the that, da. It's all over there. It's all 7 platforms and some other stuff too. Go there and you can make your choice of where to follow. And so I'll update y'all on tomorrow. Yeah, in the morning, y'all know what time. I need to figure a couple things out, look at my schedule and all that, and see when we're gonna go out. It might be tomorrow evening again, honestly. That way I have more time. And I think let me see. Let me do a poll. Before we go out of here. Should I do tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon? And all you can do is answer yes and no. So I'm gonna say, should I? Can I go live tomorrow afternoon? I mean tomorrow evening. I think I can. Should I go live? Oh, I did promise y'all 2 lives tomorrow, didn't I? That might not happen because I'm a little behind the 8 ball on a few things. Should I go live tomorrow evening? I think I need to wait till the weekend, catch up with some stuff, and then next week I might be able to squeeze a two live in before the end of the week, maybe Friday. Answer that poll, and depending on how. So if you prefer tomorrow evening, vote yes. If you prefer the day, vote no. And then that's how I'll gauge if I should go live in the day or in the night. But I think the majority of y'all prefer the evening anyway. So yeah. Yeah, it's looking like it's looking like the evening by far. It's 94%. No questions there. As from here. All right. Well, no need to let that continue. I really had to wait for that to balance out. All right. I'm gonna play y'all out. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Till tomorrow. Take care and be blessed. Sweet dreams, everybody.
Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, growing up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, Lavelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Veil. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
mouth, I do something called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attack them. You just attack them, mother. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Did they think you're crazy? If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.